Hey, you guys, picking back up from the last message. So, day three of creation in Genesis 1. So it says the tree bearing fruit, whose seed was in itself. So, again, all of it is metaphors. So, as you bear fruit, as you hang in there, I'm talking to people who have been consistent and been hanging in there and walking the walk. And now, as you are bearing fruit, meaning there's a vital new, refreshing existence you're starting to carry, where your reactions to situations are organic fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, goodness, righteousness. You're more at peace with conflict. You're more at peace with yourself, past mistakes. You're not. There's no condemnation because you're bearing fruit. And so, where Isaiah 14 it says, "How has the oppressor ceased?" Well, the oppressor in your life, whether it's guilt and condemnation or whether it's arrogance and hubris, whether no matter what the oppressor has been, um, honestly, for most people, it's low self-esteem. It's not feeling worthy because religion has beat us down. Religion separated us, caused us to abandon the Creator's creation in us for somebody else's idea of God. The eight authors of the New Testament, they're not you and you're not them. That was their perception, but the oppressor in your life ceases. Isaiah 14, oh, how has the oppressor ceased? Uh, doesn't mean you're not from head to toe a light bearer. You have always and will always be a light bearer. In the Latin lux ferre, where we get the word Lucifer from. Uh, in Ezekiel 28, it says the light bearer is covered with every precious stone. In my last video, I got into the emerald and touched briefly on the sapphire and the meaning of the amethyst. But day three creation is what I would like to focus on just for a moment here. As you bear fruit in a vital new existence, where you're no longer using the law of attraction to make it happen, to transform yourself. You're not on the mountain of transfiguration anymore. You are carrying a noticeably different existence. You are carrying a noticeably different reaction to the thoughts that come to mind, to the emotions, etc. You're stronger than you used to be. Okay, so that's how the oppressor ceases and the liberator begins, is as we bear fruit. There's no other way. There's no quick route to that. Consistency, and pro tip, make sure there's somebody or people in your life that love you for you. If feeling loved, I mean, through friendships, through your spouse, that feeling loved is important, but it's still an allegory. It's still a type and a shadow to you loving you. And that is the ultimate, is when you love the mythology. I mean, there's the mythology of Zeus, the mythology of Yahweh, the Christian mythos of Jesus, but when you mythologize your own life events, this dark night of the soul happened, and then this is how the deity known as Joe or Sally or whoever, the mythology of me is my story. I went through this, and this is the result. I went through what didn't kill me made me stronger. Or if your mythology is that what almost killed me made me bitter and angry, but here's how I'm healing. Here's how I'm taking it one day at a time. Like Jesus told one guy, pick up your mat and walk. He still had the mat. He still had the situation, but the situation and the illness didn't have him anymore. You might still be carrying some things because everything is a process. The trumpet blows and we are changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. Well, the twinkling of the eye is the illumination that sets you free when the oppressor ceases and the liberator begins. But the trumpet blowing, and that phrase in 1 Corinthians 15 says, we are changed. Now that is your lifetime. That is from the beginning to the end of your incarnation in this world. That is I look at the radar weather, and it'll show me a map of my city in the general area of my state, and it'll stay, start at, let's say it's 5:30 p.m. It'll start at 5:30 p.m. and it'll show what the weather's going to do all the way up until 10 p.m. So from 5:30 to 10 p.m. it's showing me, here's the red section of the thunderstorm, and it's going to pass through your city. Okay, so from 5:30 to 10 is the moment. That 4 or 5 hour period is collectively the moment of change. It shows what's happening right now, and it shows what's going to be happening until 10 p.m. That's the trumpet blowing. We are changed in a moment, but that moment is your entire lifetime, from beginning to end. The mythology that when I was a child, this is your mythology. Ready? 1 Corinthians 13. When I was a child, I thought as a child. I spoke as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So when I was a child, yes, I thought of God and myself in legalistic terms. There was a lot of condemnation, do's and don'ts, being mentored. Some of us were in Christian cults where we were mentored a little too aggressively, too harshly. But when I became a man, in grace, I put away legalism or universalism. I put away grace, activism. I put away universalism. Each stage of life is the oppressor. It's a story over and over of the oppressor ceasing, the oppressor that you once thought was pure Holy Spirit direction, pure Holy Spirit essence. You realize as you grow and mature that what you thought was pure consciousness was actually the oppressor through religion, and you come out of it and into something new called the liberator, but you do it over and over and over again. Every time you become a man, the cast that was on your arm actually was there for a reason. The cast on your broken arm that bound you to non-movement was there to heal the bone that had been broken. And it's not the oppressor, it's medicinal. It's there for a reason. But once that bone heals, once your broken arm heals, now you have to take that cast off. And now you can move your arm around however you want. But if you were told, no, this is the way, the cast should remain on your arm for the rest of your life. Now it's an oppressor that shouldn't be there anymore. So you take the cast off, and now you enjoy the healed version of your arm. And that's the story of your life over and over. What was in place to keep you safe from re-injury will become the oppressor if you keep it there too long. And so you take that cast off, and you have greater movement, a more vital existence again. So whether the binding element was concerning your sexuality, concerning an anger problem, you don't have those. If there was an addiction, you don't have that addiction anymore. If there was low self-esteem, you don't have that. Now you can get out and just enjoy the new vital existence. So day 3 is, because that's fruit bearing. You're bearing a fruit where the vision, you had a vision of your authentic self, but you were not, there were things in place that were binding you to not fully awake to that reality. And the bearing of fruit, because you're the fruit tree whose seed, that's the vision, the acorn is the vision, the oak tree is the fruit. The vision has now become a reality. The seed has now become the fruit. The apples, the oranges, whatever the fruit was, the strawberries have now become visible. You can now eat them and enjoy it as nourishment. So instead of the gardener taking care of you, your mentors, your pastors, your gurus, now you can eat the fruit that you have borne from within yourself, and that's a wonderful day to come into. And as you move from day 3 to day 4, like day 4 was what I explained for 45 minutes of my last video, where the distinctive lights of sun, moon, and stars carry a sign for a season to come in those you are now discipling. As you become a sign. If God can do it in me, God can do it in you. Like, I was delivered from an eating disorder, bulimia, in my late teens, early 20s. So if God can do it for me, God can do it to you, for you. So whatever the deliverance is, just you being you, I don't mean necessarily as a teaching ministry, just you in the workplace are a sign for a season to come for those who still have an eating disorder or an anger management problem or low self-esteem, who still have the cast on. They see you as a prophetic imagery of a sign and a season to come. That one day I'll not have this cast on my arm either. I won't have to be in rehab. I won't have to be in AA. I won't have to be constantly, twice a day listening to YouTube teachings to keep me on the straight and narrow. But the cast will come off, and I'll do so. When you eat the fruit, you go immediately into day 4, where you're a sign of seasons, days, and years to come. That's day 4, and then you enter. Well, I don't want to spend time on this right now. My Book of Revelation series goes into in depth. But day 5, heights and depths, birds in the height, fish in the deep. Day 6, man and beast are both called good. The part of you that is made of earth, clay, that's the beast, if you will. The man is the ethereal spirit. The soul is the woman. The soul body fusion is the metaphysical properties, the human inclinations that you call good. On day 6, the beast was called good. Okay. Now there's no unworthiness. The spirit and the flesh are both conjoined as one new good thing, and that's Sabbath. That's rest. So rest in your identity. Practice makes perfect. Fake it till you make it. Rest in your identity until that rest becomes a living, breathing reality.